This first tip came from one of my subscribers. Imagine you're treating a patient over here. Instead of running all the way around the grab medicine, you can actually read through the wall. For example, the marble syrup and the cough syrup are sitting right here. Instead of walking over, you can just grab them through the wall and instantly heal your patients. That's actually a pretty cool trick. Most players probably won't need it, but if you're trying to speedrun this game, this can save you a surprising amount of time. Alright, here's another myth I found. You know that creepy anomaly that keeps smashing its head against the reception window? Well, apparently you don't have to fight it all. People say if you simply give it a cup of coffee, it will calm down and just leave on its own. Honestly, that sounds ridiculous, but let's see if it's true. Here's the coffee and... No way! It actually worked! The anomaly just walked away like nothing happened. It's another really interesting one. Apparently, every single anomaly walks with a hunched back. Look at this normal patient. See how they're standing nice and straight. Now compare that to this guy. His back is all bent. He's kind of learning forward according to the myth. That means he's always an anomaly. Let's test it. Yep, that was an anomaly. Honestly, this is probably one of the easiest ways to spot them. Definitely one of the most useful myths so far. Alright, here is another subscriber myth. Apparently, if you use a thermometer on this slime, it should clean up way faster than normal. Sounds useful, let's try it. Nope, nothing. It literally does nothing. Looks like this myth is completely busted. Don't waste your time trying this one. One of my subscribers told me that if you throw a dead patient into the trash, it will instantly spawn a ghost. I have absolutely no idea if this is true, but we are about to find out. Let's throw him in trash. And now we wait. Nothing. No ghost. Looks like that myth is completely fake, but wait. This patient just died normally. If the game works the way I think it does, a ghost should appear any seconds now. There it is. So here what we learned. Throwing a body into the trash doesn't create a ghost, but letting a patient die absolutely does. So this myth is absolutely busted. Now tik-tok says you can completely stop it using airdrops. Let's see if that's actually true. Boom. Just like that. The ritual is gone, that's actually crazy, the game still counts the patient, you don't lose anything and you completely cancel the ritual. It definitely calls these myths confirmed. So here's the second myth I found on TikTok. Apparently, if you register this anomaly like a normal patient and then give it the wrong medicine, it will actually die. Honestly, that sounds way too easy. Let's test it.
A few moments later.
Okay, I gave it the wrong medicine and it actually died. Wait, a ghost just flew out of it. Does that mean we are about to get haunted? Normally ghosts are impossible to stop, so this could get really bad. Let's wait a few seconds and see if one actually appears. If not, this might be one of the easiest ways to deal with this anomaly. Now here's a trick that a lot of players don't seem to know. See those creepy eyes watching us from the ceiling? Apparently, you can actually use airdrops on them. Sounds ridiculous, but let's try it. Boom! They are gone. The downside is that you lose quite a bit of sanity, but at least those eyes stop bothering you. Honestly, that's a pretty useful trick if they're driving you crazy. Before we move on, let me show you a little trick that I discovered myself. When you're treating a patient in the operating room, try standing right on the top of the patient. It might look a little weird, but from up here you can reach almost every tool without having to turn around. You don't have to keep running back and force between the patients and the equipment. Everything is right within reach, which makes healing patients way faster. If you're trying to play as efficiently as possible, this little trick can save you a surprising amount of time. Definitely give it a try. Okay, now for one of the weirdest myths I've ever heard. Apparently, you can steal one of the organs from the operating room and feed it to the monster under the bed. There's no way this actually works, right? Let's grab one. I think this is hurt. Let's see. No way, he actually took it. So apparently this little guy is happy to eat organs. And look, he disappears right after eating it. That's actually hilarious. I definitely wasn't expecting that to work. One more quick fact for you. The black rat and the guy with the glasses are never an anomaly either. So if you see them at the entrance, you're good to let him in. Here is really interesting strategy. Some players claim that if you leave one tiny fire burning in a room, the game won't spawn any more fires there. Basically, you sacrifice one little flame, so the room stays safe for the rest of the game. That actually sounds kind of smart. Let's leave this fire alone and see what happens. If no more fires appear here, this might be one of the best strategies we've tested today. Okay, next. Here's one I wanted to test for a while. If these monsters start chasing you, TikTok says you don't have to fight them at all. Instead, you can just jump onto one of these cabinets and they will never reach you. Sounds way too good to be true. Let's see. They're chasing me. Jump. Look at that, they can't touch me. They're just running around. That actually worked. So if you don't have a fire extinguisher or you're completely out of items, just climb onto a cabinet and wait. That's honestly a lifesaver. Alright, here's another TikTok trick. People say that when patients come in on that stretcher, if someone doesn't move their hair at all, there's about a 90% chance they're an anomaly. Let's see if that's actually true. This guy is looking around, not an anomaly. This one isn't moving his head at all. Let's deal with him. And yep, he was an anomaly. Honestly, that's another really easy trick to remember. If a patient stays completely stiff, there's a really good chance they're not who they think. Friends, those were all the facts and myths I found out. Be sure to leave a comment if you know any other secrets or tips for this game. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Bye everyone!